Evening everybody. Well, afternoon, doesn't matter. Just thought I'd do a little video because I found out that today Italy have for some reason managed to, they've got it in their heads that vaccinations cause autism. I've got a big problem with this. I have a personal big problem with this. The main reason being is because I am myself autistic. I have mild autism, Asperger's. I was diagnosed when I was, I think, 8. I was going to get excluded from primary school. This is what my parents told me. But the head teacher told them to get me tested, just to be on the safe side. And of course, this was the 90s. They had no idea how to deal with me anyway. But since then, I've met a lot of people, men and women, teenagers also, and I've tried to kind of help them in the best of my abilities from my experiences as an autistic person, and just finding out that there are people out there that are going, oh, vaccination causes autism. I've got two major problems with this. One, you are willing to deny your child vaccination against something that could very easily kill them, because of something that hasn't even been proven yet. And two, what's wrong with being autistic? I don't understand what the problem is. I've got a problem with it, but that's mainly because I feel that I feel different to everybody else. I have days where I feel quite depressed. You may find that a lot of autistic adults find themselves to be quite depressed, and that's reasons that I won't go into right now. It's not incredibly important to this video, but I just find the whole thing to be very bizarre, on the fact that people are saying that it's like they're saying, oh, I best not have an autistic child, I wouldn't be able to cope. Have you ever met an autistic person? We can be quite enlightening sometimes. We can sometimes be very creative. Our maths or quite or anything to do with school, it can be fantastic. We can either be one side or the other. Nobody's actually proven yet what causes autism. Now, when I was a kid, they said it was because when I was born I had a certain lack of oxygen to my brain for a certain length of time, which made, of course, all of the little gigawatts that's inside my head a little bit different. And I don't mind about that. I mean, yeah, sure, I sometimes have problems engaging with people that I don't know. Sometimes I have days where I just want to be by myself. I can feel quite isolated. But on the other side, I'm a well-standing photographer on the alternative scene. I know an awful lot about music, not like tabula or writing music, but my musical knowledge is off the charts, and it keeps me happy. We are in our own little worlds and we love it, you know. Saying that you'd have a problem with having an autistic child, that's like saying that you wouldn't be able to cope with any other sort of person with a disability, which in my mind would mean you have no right to actually bear a child if you feel that you could not cope with having an autistic child. I mean, a child's difficult enough to have, I don't have one myself, but I have friends who have got children and I look after them sometimes, and I've helped them through their day, and I can see that having a child is very exhausting. They're loud, they're noisy, they're like little drunk people. It's brilliant. Well, I think it's brilliant mainly because I get to give them back at the end of the day. But I just feel that saying that you can't cope with having an autistic child, it just makes my blood boil. To those people who feel that they have a problem with autistic people, or have a problem with having more autistic people in the world, do some research, talk to people who have autism, come up and talk to me. I wouldn't mind. It saves me coming up to people. It's a lot easier. You'll find that we're quite honest, and we are very... We talk very literally sometimes. A lot of us don't get jokes and stuff, but we're still really good people. I think autistic people are the closest. Now, you might call me stupid in the comments, but I don't care. But in a metaphorical sense, I feel that autistic people are the closest thing we've got to you know, X-Men, evolution, whatever. Because we look at the world differently to others. And we want to show that, you know. I like to show it in my photography and in my art all the time. And I do it for no money at all most of the time, because money is not the main reason why I do it. I do it because I love it. And if you want to stamp that out in this world because you're worried that it's going to be harder on you, then I pity you. I honestly do. So I hope that Italy changed their mind about all of this. I hope people actually see sense, but then again, a person is smart and people are stupid. So only time will tell. But yeah, I'm going to leave you with that, I think.